the goal must be tangible. That means, again, we must be able to see it on the screen because um, you will hear me say over and over in my classes, you know, film is a visual medium. You know it, you've heard it, you've seen it, but sometimes writers fail to remember that an intangible goal always has to have something outside. That is why there's so many movies where someone is holding some sort of brooch or diamond or stopwatch. It's something that indicates what's going on in someone's mind and heart, um, which is great because we can't actually see what's going on in their mind or heart without an MRI. So make sure that you've found a way that you find a way to make um, that internal change external and visible. Um, and also, we want to make sure that we know when they've arrived at the finish line. And again, the finish line is the very definition of this ticking clock that I'm talking about. And the external will help you illustrate the actual urgency of the situation, which is what the stakes are. So whether it's a literal race or a race for someone's heart or a race for someone's mind or a race to solve a family crisis or a race to save a baby from an abusive mother. I mean, there's so many different plots that could fall under this sort of heading of finding a tangible goal that creates empathy and creates urgency. So again, I repeat myself, but it is because as a longtime script consultant and script doctor and script reader, um, you see again and again where writers tend to want to make us care about an internal change, which is great. Characters are what films are ultimately about. But if there is nothing to show that other than they say, well, Jane, now I love you. I didn't love you before, but now I've learned a lot and I do love you. That's a really boring, static scene. But if there is some sort of chase or some sort of they are stopping a televised speech or they have to climb to the top of the building that the elevator broke down in. I mean, there are many, many ways to externalize those goals, and that is what makes a visually compelling movie. If you have something that is only compelling on the inside, where you have a character who doesn't say much or do much to show their art or how much they're achieving, then you've erased any tension, you've erased that ticking clock, and there are no stakes that we can see as a viewer, which is what we ultimately want to see as a viewer and what we're trying to imagine if we're just reading your script.